Hey, so I want to give a shout out to the rookie chef, Young Reno. Thanks for shouting me out on your video. Being new to YouTube is really scary. You don't really know what you're doing. You're trying to figure everything out. And I think it's great to have community support from the other chefs. That's so great. Thank you so much. And as I am one of his supporters, I'm one of his subscribers. I love his show also. And I was so happy when he shouted me out today. I was like just beyond myself happy. Okay guys, I am back. Now, remember we just made our carrot soup. That's our starter. And I promised I was coming back with my ingredients to start on my entree. So we're gonna make crispy chili wraps. Okay, chili beef wraps. And these are so delicious. So first let's get all of the ingredients out of the way here. So we got an olive oil, rice vinegar, sesame seed oil, coriander, paprika. Now you don't need paprika. I just like it to add a little bit more of color to the meat, but you don't need paprika. This is an optional item. And this one is too. This is chili powder. I like my food really spicy, so sometimes I'll put just like a pinch of this in it, but also this is optional, right? This is not optional. Seasoned salt. You want to season your meat before you fry it, right? We got fish oil here. Fish sauce. And we got soy sauce. Okay, now over here we got 2 limes. Gonna need one of these. Green onions. Brown sugar. And in this little bowl, I have sliced ginger. So I would say about a tablespoon of sliced ginger, fresh ginger. And then I have red peppers and I have the orange peppers. And these are the mini sweet peppers. I prefer red chili peppers, but I could not find any chili. Like no one has chili peppers today. I don't know what happened. There's a boat somewhere with all of the red chili peppers on them. So I just used the mini sweet peppers. That's fine. So I put them all in this bowl. And then we have our lettuce. And this is a romaine. You want this because you want that little, this is going to be your little serving platter. So you want the little individual leaves. You're going to put the meat right here. It's going to be beautiful and delicious. We have sliced garlic here. This is one whole, well, this is about 2 cloves or one big giant one. And then this is ground pork. You can use ground beef with ground pork if you want. You can even use a spicy sausage with the ground pork. But yeah, I forgot to get the ground beef. So if you're like me and you forget, that's okay. That's fine. You can still just use ground pork, right? Okay, so let's get started. First, we want to season our meat before we go over to the stove, because the first thing you want to do is cook the meat. And don't be too heavy-handed. You want enough, but you don't want too much. And some pepper. Because believe me, all of this, you're going to have, with all these ingredients, so much flavor in this, that there's no need for the meat to be, salty or anything like that. You just want enough. I need a little bit more. I'm very light-handed with seasonings, but I'm not that light-handed. Because I like flavorful food, and so does my husband, so. Oh, excuse me, it's the black pepper. All right, so that's all we got to do right now. We're going to go to the stove, and we're going to fry it. Okay, guys, let's get started. All right, we want a little bit of olive oil. this in here. And we're going to break it up with the spoon. Try to make it even. We want this to be really, really crispy. I mean, we really want it fried with the, you know how you do, with the whole crispy nuggets on it. So let's try to just get it broke up a little. And like I said, you can use any ground meat you want. The leaner the meat, you want to put like a fatty meat with it. Like if I were doing a ground chicken, I would put probably this ground pork with it. I wouldn't do the Italian sausages because they just have so much Italian seasonings in it that it would change the flavor of this. You could do the spicy, like we're going to move some of our other ingredients that we need for the next part. Now this dish only takes about 20 minutes to make. So you can really make this if you have everything already prepped. Like, okay, so this is cooking. So we want to let this cook because we really want it to get crispy, like really crispy and dark in color. Okay, so we got our more of our ingredients over here. See, it's getting brown. I don't want it to look boiled. I want it to be, turn this fire up a little. You can turn the fire up a little too, because I want it to look like I over fried it, if anything. Not burnt, but really crispy. So I got the heat on medium high. And I'm going to just let it sit here for a few minutes so it can get browner. Okay, so we'll be back. Hey guys, so we're back. Well, as you can see, okay, I had to work really hard to get this pork to brown. So I'm going to give you a little cheat. If you just have pork by itself with no ground beef, right, start it with a little vegetable oil instead of the olive oil. Because then that way it will like fry it and it will really get those, because you want these little brown nuggets. See? You want the little, I don't know why my camera won't. I'm trying to get closer and it's just doing that little thing that it does. But you want the brown, the browning, the crispy. See? You won't get that with the pork with just olive oil. If it was pork with ground beef, yes. Because the ground beef kind of makes its own oil from the fat. So just do that, that's fine. And then that way you'll get the little brown, crispy nugget ones. That's what we want. That's the good stuff. So this is almost ready. We're going to drain this so we can drain this oil off. And then we're going to start on the next part. Okay guys, now we have our trusty strainer here, our trusty sieve. And actually, I could use the big one. I don't need this one. Actually. This one will save us a whole lot of time. See how crispy that is. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. You can see it. It's brown. It's really crispy. That's what you want. All right. Now we're going to go over to our next part. Okay, so let's finish it up. Turn the fire back on after you empty the oil out. Medium. Okay, so we want to do 2 tablespoons sesame oil. This is a 2 tablespoon. Okay. The sesame seed oil really enhances the flavor. We want to put our veggies, and this is the peppers and the garlic. And I also want to correct myself. Now, I did a rough chop on these earlier, but then I remembered these needed to be finely cut. So that's what we did. Okay, so we'll get that all mixed in. Just get everything nice and coated here. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, now we want to add the meat back in. I'm going to mix this all up. Look how good that looks. And it smells. My house smells so good right now with that sesame oil. Man. Okay, now add the meat back. Okay. Now to this you want to add the fish sauce. 2 tablespoons. Well, yeah, that's not going to work. I don't think we need 2 whole tablespoons. Jeez, it's so hard to... They make it so hard to get this top off. Okay, so I got 2 tablespoons. Turn the fire down. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so we're going to do some lime juice. We want to do some lime scrapings here. First, some lime zest. Really does add a little bit of oomph to it. Okay, and now we want to cut this lime and add the juice. Turn this fire down. When I tell you this is so delicious, like this will become your favorite thing to make. And if you have people over, you can whip this up. Get that lettuce. It's fairly inexpensive to do this. Now let's taste it. Mmm. That was so good. Turn the fire off. Now we got to do, if you use a little bit more, is make our dipping sauce. It's not a dipping sauce, it's sauce to put on top of it. And then we're going to do our presentation. Okay guys, so right before you get ready to serve, you want to throw your green onions in, not all of them. Keep some behind because we're going to do a sauce. Okay? And then you just want to mix it up. You want the onions to be kind of fresh tasting. You don't want them to taste like they've been cooked, you know. Oh my goodness. They're so good. All right. Okay guys, let's make our sauce for our crispy chili lettuce wraps. Okay, so a teaspoon of brown sugar. And then a teaspoon of soy sauce. Right? Okay. So you can see it. Okay, and then we want 2 tablespoons again of the sesame oil. And then we want, oh, the olive oil too. We want about 1 tablespoon of the fish oil. That's 1 tablespoon. And we need olive oil. And we need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. The olive oil keeps the sesame oil from becoming too overpowering. That's 1 tablespoon. Now, you want fresh coriander when you can find it, but good luck with that out here. I haven't been able to find fresh coriander or star anise for a minute now. So the thing about ground spices is that they're a lot stronger, so you want to use very little. So I'm just going to use a pinch until I can taste it. And then you want to add lemon juice. Now you can do fresh lemon, but I want to add a little bit more than just a couple of squeezes because this sauce is for 2 people. So I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons. I'll probably leave it there. It's really hard to get the oils to mix. Let's taste it. This is really good. Now here you want to add some more of the chili cut up. My husband is a big fan of garlic, so I'm also adding some garlic, but you don't have to add more garlic. I just choose to. And I'm also going to add another teaspoon of brown sugar. Now at this point, if it still tastes too thick or too oily to you, you can add a little bit more lime juice. But once you work it in here really good, and you want it to look chunky just like this. Oh, that's perfect. That's good. It could use a little bit more fish sauce though. Not too much. And just a sprinkle more of the coriander. Now we're cooking. So, you know, you just have to adjust it to your taste. It has a very, it tastes very, what's the word? Okay, so I'll be back for the presentation. Okay guys, here we go. This is how I present it. Okay. And you see it looks like a lot of fun. You got your sauce here. You got your lettuce. And you got your crunchy meat with all of the chilies and ginger and garlic. And it's so good. And so this is how you present it. People can grab a couple. There's a little plate here. And they can scoop it up. And they can put the sauce on the top. Make sure you put a little spoon here. I'm going to make one and show you. So, I want to bring this over here. Now, you can let them do it, or you can do it yourself for each person. But I find that people are normally respectful of the food if they know that other people are going to be, you know, everyone takes their little spoon, wait their turn. You can make these cute little boats. Look how cute that is. Yeah. The trick is not wanting it to fall over. I put it on the side so that it won't completely fall over. And then you put a little sauce here on the top. And like I said, I like to have all these little crunchy goodies in my little sauce here. And see, now you have this cute little boat. Okay. Ah! And we're going to taste it. Kill her. Okay guys, so I have to do this part again because I recorded me eating it, but then I didn't see it when I looked over the video. My husband is over there eating his and he loves this. Okay, so here it is. We made our little boat here. The lettuce with the meat. We got the sauce on. Let's taste it. Mmm. Oh, this is delicious. You like it, baby? He loves it. It's so good, guys. So your family will love this if you have friends over. This is a really good idea for friends. This goes a long way. I have extra lettuce. People can make these, make their own little boats. It's a lot of fun. It's delicious. Okay, so don't forget to like, comment. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.